We on, we on, menace. I'm coming back, baby. Yeah, coming back, menace. Back to the throne. King, back to the throne. Menace. It's the
really different parts of the city, my family, you know. Yeah.
How old are you, Zach?
I'm 22 years old.
22, man. What you currently do for a living?
Right now, you know, I do a couple of things, you know. Do a lot of research on different topics, like working with animals, working with dogs. Training and working with them pretty much. I used to work with kids too, back when I was a teenager. Yeah, just different things, you know. I like to do all kinds of stuff, you know, really no limit to this, you know.
Well, I was gonna roll into that. Is them some of your hobbies? Like what you like to do when Zay having, you know, some Zay time, man? Any hobbies, anything?
My time, shoot, to be honest, I like to chill for, you know, I like to read my books, you know, do my research. You know, knowledge, you know, because, you know, knowledge is infinite, you know, knowledge is powerful, you know, not power, but, you know, just a way to connect with yourself on a deeper level, you know what I mean? You know, understand things around you. So that's really what I'm into.
Let me stop you right there a little bit. Reading. Yeah. You don't hear that too commonly in people your age, younger or older. Like that's something that they do in their spare time. Reading at 22, that's a gem. Y'all keep take with you.
Yeah, I like to play the game too, you know. I like to work out stuff, you know, turn my little spot into my room into a little gym, you know. So I ain't gotta go to the gym, you know, got all my stuff right there, you know what I mean? In my cave, you know, that's what I call it. My cave.
Okay, so you work out a little bit, what you regimen? Push-ups, crunches, squats, what you doing? Burpees?
Yeah, all kind of different push-ups, you know, I forgot what they're called, but you know, the legs up on the chair or something, you know, your back against the wall, you know, push-ups like that, you know, all kind of different sit-ups, you know. I work out with a mace shoot. Some of y'all maybe don't know what a mace is, but like, you know, back then, you know, chivalry times, they used to build a mace and stuff, you know, just to build a thing straight, you know, good conditioning and strength, so, yeah.
I like that. You just taught me something. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best way, like you feel good about where you at in life right now, what would you say you at on that scale?
You know, when you just look at life, you know, overall, you really ain't no scale to this, you know. You know, it's only a scale when you limit yourself to society standards, you know what I mean? You gotta look outside of what you see, what you hear sometimes, you know, you gotta be able to absorb things without letting it, you know, take control of you or influence who you are overall as who you are, you know. I forgot the point of the question.
So more or less like, you feel like you exactly where you need to be, where you want to be, like as a person, and you're on the right track, you're at a 10, like I'm good right now in life and I'm on my path? Or do you feel like I'm more around 6, 7, I can tighten up here, I got a little more ways to go to hit my full stride? What would you say? You there and everything's like you can see a clear view to you on 10, or you feel like you got a couple notches just to get to 10 where you want to be in life? And that can be mentally, spiritually, physically, you know, where you feel like you're at.
It's a great question because, you know, right now, where I'm at in my life, you know, I gotta, well, it's not a lot of reflection, but, you know, a lot of, not relearning, but, you know, a lot of things transpired, you know, recently in my life, so I'm at a little, like, not setback, but, you know, like a place where I can, you know, regroup myself. But I know spiritually, I don't know, there's no level to this, you know, there's really no level, you know, I'm always learning. I wouldn't say I know everything, but, you know, I know enough, you know, to make sure I'm good, you know, I know what I can be in the next 10 years, what I can do, you know what I mean? You know, there's really no limit to this, you know what I mean? You just gotta believe in yourself for real, and what you can do.
I'm with you on that. This is like, when I say we bridging the gap, this ain't just me learning or giving you life or experiences. I'm learning from you too. So I'm getting what you giving me, and I'm taking that in too into my, you know, bank and cashing it in and seeing how it resonates with me too. So I don't want you or the viewers to think it's just a one-way street of OG trying to school a youngster. Nah, we ain't on none of that. We learn it from each other. That's what bridging the gap is all about. I gotta hear you out, you gotta hear me out. And then if we can meet somewhere in the middle with rationalizing, then we'll both move forward better and together, because it's a big separation between how youngsters is moving and how the OGs is moving. I know. I won't say I know the answer to this. I ask you anyway, man. You feel like you perfect?
Hell no.
That's what I'm talking about.
No.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, perfectionism, that's another way of limiting yourself, you know what I mean? Because, you know, what is being perfect? Because, you know, we only human at the end of the day. That's how we grow. It's through adversity, to be honest, you know, going through things, seeing our own way through things, you know, not really listening to, you know, what the next person got to say. So, you know, you know, what I've noticed, you know, in my own life, I've realized, you know, a lot of people, they care too much about what the next person say, you know. You can't do that in this life, you know, because that's when you're gonna expect perfect, you know, being perfect, when it's really what's perfect. You know, you can have your own definition of being perfect and perfection, you know. And, you know, when it comes to life, and this is a never-ending living, you know, situation, you know, you're always going through adversity. So you gotta know how to stick your foot down on the ground, you know, and stand firm and strong, you know, and keep going. The waves gonna come. That's when you gotta know how to ride the waves correctly. Always.
Right, indeed. If there was one thing you could share with us that makes you unperfect, that you might want to shape up about yourself, what would that one thing, one flaw you got?
One flaw. This can get deeper. One flaw. I wouldn't say feeling like being too much for the world, but just feeling like I am too much sometimes for the world, you know. It makes me feel like I shouldn't present myself, or I shouldn't feel like, or make me feel like I shouldn't. Yeah, my thoughts getting all over the place with this one. I got kind of shit going on.
I hear you. We'll double back on that at a later time, but I can dig it. You know, that's one of the ones that do kind of dig up under the surface a little bit. And then, like, you know, once we identify stuff like that, the reason why I ask stuff like that is because then, as an elder or as a parent or as an older partner, I'll be able to help you more on seeing what he's struggling with. What is that? The way the world look at you, bring it. Don't worry about how they looking at you, because you're you. They need to see you, the version of you, and not nobody else. You cut the way you cut. So bring whatever your thing is, your light is, bring that to the table and show them your light or how different you are, because that's what makes you special. That's what makes you you. So we get caught up by, trying to make it work for people, and they're gonna talk, they're gonna do this, but they're gonna do it anyway. Whether you do it the way they wanted you to do it, they still gonna talk. So bring whatever your thing is to the table, man, and let it shine. If you was like as we are now, sitting with a trusted peer you can trust, a person that's a little older, what's one question you might have for an older person, or OG or something? What's one question you might have?
What got you to where you at now? Like what kept you motivated? Like what kept you pushing through and not wanting to give up? It's like you say, you can't really care about what people think about you and stuff. Because like for me, I've been thinking of different outcomes in my life, just based off the things I've seen. So, like for you, what helps you go through adversity and do what people think about you, however they can say about you in your past?
I would say, man, nothing with God. Like, at the end of the day, when you go through so much, and I mean stuff that cripples you, like you can only be so strong as a man. God know your breaking point. So sometimes you could say, on a job, I need that check now. I gotta get that money. The money is motivating you. Sometimes you got kids, and your kids is what keep you pushing. But there's times in life, and in my life, where nothing was the motivation. You hit a point where everything's all bad. Your money bad, your relationship bad, you done lost people. Like, money doesn't matter. This house don't matter. It's something in me that's broken. And when you there, I only leaned on God to get me through each moment, each day, to wake me up, help me take another step, help me want to get back to even caring about a relationship, caring for my kids, caring to make a dollar, caring to do music. God. End of the day, when all else fails, gotta have that relationship with whoever you believe in, whether it's God or whoever. But for me, it's God. Do you feel like you found your purpose in life?
Yeah, I believe I found my purpose real early. So I feel like, it's gonna get deep. Like, when your life is under a lot of pressure, sometimes you haven't really enough time to really figure things out. You just gotta learn from what you see and what's around you. You gotta learn fast, because life is different for everyone. So it's really important to stay in your own lane and focus on who you are, because it's like you can try to be the next person, you can try to look up to the next man for real, like next whoever, but like when you look at it from a bigger point of view, like in third person for real, like you are the character in your own game, in this world, like you are who you are, like for a reason, what I mean, like you just gotta keep going and push through. I forgot where I was going with that too.
It's all good. It was on the purpose, like your purpose in life, your point for living, what you pushing to get across to the world. What's your purpose for being here?
Okay, well, I keep that simple. Just to inspire people. Because that's one thing I enjoy doing. Overall in my life, is inspiring people. To be themselves and love themselves and regardless of what they experience, whatever, because I realize a lot of us in life, we experience all kinds of things, and it makes us, not love ourselves a certain way, but when you really sit there and understand those emotions and those feelings, really meditate on that, because that's something that really helped me was meditation. And it was weird how I got into that, but yeah, just meditating and focusing on yourself, and that's really learn to just like accept what it is. Understand like your purpose is beyond like who you are. To be honest, like it's beyond this physical plane. I'm just gonna keep it simple like that. Like it's beyond what we see. You gotta really listen to your heart at the end of the day. But you gotta make sure you move with authority. At the end of the day, because people have to respect you and who you are at the end of the day.
I can dig that. I'm gonna wrap this final question up with music, man. You love, passion for music?
Yeah, I have big love for music. I was dancing before. I was even on mic, doing mics and stuff. I was able to do backflips and all kinds of stuff like that until I started working out. I got videos on YouTube, of me dancing back then in different middle schools and high schools in the city. So yeah, music is a big part of me, my family. When it came to just me expressing myself and my voice, I struggled with that. So yeah, I wouldn't say a hate love thing, but I love it, it's just who I am. I realize I can't hide it. So yeah.
I can dig it. Rapping, singing, what part of music?
Rapping, singing, I like all of it, just the power of the voice, of the tongue, just it's powerful. What I mean, what you say and what you think of yourself, just thinking about certain things, everything is powerful, everything you say and do is powerful. It affects who you are and everything around you. So I think just the power of using your voice, it can just be, you can preach, you can be like, talking to people regularly on the street, whatever it is, just using your voice. That's something I realized I love doing, yeah.
For sure, man. We gonna wrap that up. I just get you giving a shout out and one love for the love of the city. Let them know you with us.
Shit, shout out to my family, sure. The homies, the brothers for real. Everyone who taught me something, to be honest, about life overall. So that's why I'm gonna shout out the lessons, and God for real, the Most High, Creator, whoever we see it as, yeah, that's why I want to give my thanks to you.
It's good. For the love of the city, finished man,
Yes, sir.
Isaiah. Catch up.